hi, it's December. And you know what that means? It means I get to stress out about presents and the new year. It also means that we're about to start a new festival season for 2023. And when I say festival season, what I mean is juggling festivals. Juggling festivals are one of my favorite things in like the whole world, the whole planet existence. They're pretty much the only social thing that I feel comfortable in because it's just like my people. And in January, a whole bunch of festivals are happening actually, and I get to go to 2 of them. Such a good way to kick off the new year. It's gonna be so good. Especially because for the last few years, festivals have been kind of scarce. Sparse? Is scarce a word? Yeah, it is. Festivals have been pretty scarce, but I can already tell 2023 is going to be like a really strong year for festivals. The 2 festivals in January that I will be at are Game of Throws, which is in California, and Turbo Fest, which is in Canada. And I'm so excited about both of them. For this video, I want to focus on Turbo Fest because it's coming up very soon. It's the first one in January, and I've never been, and I'm really excited, and maybe you can go as well, and then we can hang out and juggle and stuff. I'm a little bit nervous, I'm not gonna lie. The only reason I'm nervous is because I've never been to Turbo Fest. It's like a really great festival, at least that's what I hear. It's pretty iconic in the juggling scene. I know there will probably be a lot of people I don't know, so that's always kind of a little nerve-wracking. I'm sure a lot of you can relate to that. Despite what it looks like online, I am very like introverted and pretty anxious in social situations. So, you know, the more people that are there that I don't know, the more anxious I get. Because this is a new festival I've never been to, and I know there are gonna be a lot of people there that I don't know, I'm a little nervous. But I know there are a lot of great people that I do know that are gonna be there, and I also know that jugglers are usually just incredibly welcoming and nice. So that nervousness is like a very small amount of the overall excitement. And if you relate to that at all and you're thinking about going to Turbo or any other fest and you're feeling like maybe you shouldn't because you don't know anybody, just know jugglers usually are incredibly welcoming and nice. At the very least, if you go to Turbo, you'll know me and we can chat. Come say hi. You know somebody. So Turbo, I should tell you a little bit about it. Turbo is happening January 5th to January 8th. 2023, and it is in Quebec, Canada, at the Quebec Circus School. École de Cirque de Québec. It's my French. I'm so good at French, don't judge me. I think somebody told me that it was like an old monastery or church or something, and it looks like it. Like, it's very pretty. I really like architecture. I like buildings. I think they're very cool. I was invited to come teach a bunch of workshops. I'm teaching 4 different workshops. One will be on 3-ball mess variations, so things like reverse mess, Seb's mess, Peruvian mess. I'm not sure exactly which of the mess variations we'll cover. It depends on how much time we have and how quickly people pick it up, and also just like what the interest is, which ones people really want to learn. If you're gonna be at Turbo and you come to my workshop, be thinking ahead of time like which mess variations you'd like to learn. It doesn't have to be one of those. I'll also be teaching a workshop on 4- and 5-ball mess. Those are my favorite patterns. If you're interested in learning either of those or you need help on either of those, make sure you put that on your little to-do Turbo list. The last 2 workshops I am actually really excited about. I've taught them before, but only a few times. One of them is on juggling video and social media marketing. I see a lot of people who have amazing juggling videos in terms of the content. The actual juggling is amazing, but the actual video is lacking in some way. It's not very engaging, and there are really simple things you can do to make that better. So I'll go over that in the workshop. How do you frame juggling? What are some tips and tricks to make it look better? I'll cover techniques with cameras. I'll cover techniques with just cell phone cameras. We'll discuss recommended equipment, as well as theory and technique on how to make juggling more accessible in a marketing sense, specifically in social media, using video. So yeah, that'll be a fun workshop. I love talking about juggling, and I love talking about video. And then you put them together. And my last workshop goes over how to learn quicker and like practice more efficiently. I'm certainly not the best juggler in the world, but I do pride myself on being a very quick learner, and I've put a lot of time and thought into understanding why I learn fast, how to do it, how to be more efficient at it. There are habits that I see jugglers do when they're learning, regardless of the skill level, that I think really hinder their progress. Even if they're incredibly good, like way better than me, I still think there are things you can do to make that process even better. And I have many thoughts about it. I'm so excited. Yeah, those are a bunch of workshops I'll be teaching. I hope you come by if you're at Turbo and join the workshops. So back to Turbo specifically. Like I said, it's January 5th to the 8th, 2023. This is the first time it's come back after 2 years, so it should be really extra juicy and sweet. It's 4 days. Friday night they have an open stage. I haven't seen a lot of festivals in North America that have those, so that's exciting. I'm not going to be doing it because I get nervous on stage, but I will be watching and clapping. And then after that, on Friday night, they have a Renegade. If you've never been to a Renegade show, you could basically describe it as a sort of late night show, and it usually tends to be more on the adult side. Many of the Renegade shows don't even allow people under the age of 18 to go. Often they're at like bars as well. I love Renegades so much. They're so fun. In my experience, they tend to have just the most off-the-wall, weird, creative performances that you would just never see anywhere else. And there are workshops all throughout the weekend. I know for sure they will be on Friday and Saturday, including mine. I don't think there is a workshop schedule posted yet. A lot of the time festivals don't actually post those ahead of time because jugglers are sort of filling them in as they go and deciding they want to teach something at the last second. But you know for sure that I'm going to be teaching mine because I've already told you about it. And now it's like a pact. It's an unbreakable vow. Oh yeah, also on Friday, they're having a volley club tournament. If you don't know what volley club is, it's just the most wonderful, dorky sport thing that jugglers can do. It's just great. It's pretty self-explanatory from the name. It's basically volleyball, but with juggling clubs. It's really fun. On Saturday, their schedule says they have competitions. I don't know what this means. I have no idea what kind of competitions. It's not the volley club competition because that's on Friday. And it's not games because those are on Sunday. What are the competitions? It's such a good mystery. I'm excited to find out. And on Saturday night, they have their Turbo show, which is the big show. They have all these great special guests that have come in for it. And the lineup is just chef's kiss wonderful. So looking at my notes here, just a little taste. You've got Delaney Bayless. She drinks Utah Juggle Juice, so you know she's legit. Liza Van Brackle, or Lisa, I don't know how to say her name, I'm sorry. She's literally one of my top 5 jugglers. She's just so good. You got Zach McAllister, the king of weird and awesome juggling. Isabel Majun, again, not good at names, good at watching shows. Looks like there's a great variety of prop and style. Those are the things you want in a show. So that's on Saturday night. I'll be there. I hope you will too. They have games. Games are my favorite. If I could pick just one thing to do at a festival, it would be games. I think that they're the best. I love them so much. They're really accessible. There are some that are just very beginner friendly. You have things like quarter juggling where you juggle 3 quarters and the winner gets to take home the money. But then you also have the pretty hard skill ones like club balance endurance or 5-ball endurance, sometimes 7-ball endurance. They're super fun to participate in and they're super fun to watch. So there's so much good stuff. It's such a packed festival. Some other little things I found out that I think are helpful if you're considering going or are going to Turbo. Apparently it is very cold. It's in Quebec, Canada, which I guess is cold. I've never been. It was described to me as, quote, like inconsiderately cold. You'll question God's existence and or benevolence. Pack good socks, end quote. I don't love that. I don't like the cold at all. But I'm just gonna wear a bunch of stuff. Pretty much everything I own I will be wearing to make sure that I'm not too cold. It loses a few points for that, I'm not gonna lie. But everything else luckily makes up for it in spades, so it's fine. You've been warned. If you are going, make sure you dress warmly and pack good socks. Also, I found out normally everyone sleeps like on site at the festival. For all the years in the past, people have literally just slept, I think, in the basement of the school, which is really cool and nice and convenient. But unfortunately, this year that's not allowed and not going to happen. But they are still providing lodging for everybody off-site. Apparently it's like a 10-minute walk from the school. Not bad at all. That lodging is included with your ticket, which is amazing. This is really rare for a festival. I cannot believe they do this. It's such a great benefit to give to your attendees. Like, it's really nice. Take advantage of that. Be very thankful for it. It is not the norm by any means. Apparently they have something called the Turbo Bar and Cantina, which I imagine as being full of a bunch of otherworldly creatures with cool music playing in the background. But I know realistically that's probably not what it looks like, which is fine, I guess. Either way, very exciting that they have like food and drinks on site that you can buy. So helpful. When you're on site and you're juggling and you're going to workshops and you're talking to people and you're seeing shows, it's very easy to not eat, to forget about it or just feel like you don't have time. So having food on site that you can get is just very helpful. Like most festivals, there will be vendors there, people selling juggling props and goods. I love vendors. It's such a great way to like test out different props, get a feel for them actually in person. Sometimes I vend. I'm not going to be at Turbo just because I won't have all my stuff, so it makes it hard to sell it. But I'm sure there will be a lot of great vendors there. I'm gonna try really hard not to spend all my money because I don't have enough to do that. I did ask the hosts about language because I know Quebec is French speaking mostly. It's the French part of Canada. And so I, having studied French for over 4 years in the American school system, do not know very much of it. And what I do know is not good. Parce que je ne parle pas bien le français. C'est mauvais. Très mauvais. So having pretty not good French, I was a little concerned about it. I asked them. They said even though it's a French-speaking area, apparently Turbo is pretty English friendly. There might be some people who don't speak English, but they said for the most part it should be okay. Even if there is a language barrier with some people, juggling is pretty universal. It's a universal language, like math. I'm also gonna try to brush up on my French. If you don't know any French and you wanna go to Turbo, maybe, try some Duolingo for a couple weeks. Just learn some basic phrases. So yeah, that's basically it. Turbo Fest, it's coming up. I hope you come and join me. Come say hi, come learn some awesome stuff. Come watch some awesome shows and games and competitions. You can get tickets anytime up until the festival. I'm pretty sure you can get them on site as well, but if you want a discounted price, make sure you buy tickets before December 31st. That's when ticket prices will go up. So if you're thinking about going, try to get tickets before then so you get a nice discount. And I really hope I get to see some of you there. So that's all I've got to say about Turbo for now. I'll try to update you guys after with how it went and maybe some footage. That'd be great. I'll see you next time. Maybe I'll see you at Turbo. C'est magnifique. C'est superbe. Other vocabulary words that I don't know. TV. Au revoir. Ma French.